cards right there. That's a good move. The miracle is the more we share, the more we have. And when we share as a community on here, we have more abundance, more connection, more creativity together. And that's what this, HAPS is about, is collaboration. What is currently important to you? What belief no longer serves you? Think about that for a second. There you go. What is currently important to you? What are you doing to make your life connected with source and everything around you? I love this right here. The power of, look at this, the power of your beautiful mind. And understanding your daily thoughts. And all of us at this time of the year are going through stuff. So it's a good time to take a moment, have gratitude for the people in your life and the situations, and hold close to those that you love. Reach out to those you know who are suffering in silence. Doubt everything, find your own light. I totally agree with that. Doubt everything, find your own light. Be a beacon of hope to yourself. Always try to lead with kindness and compassion. Be humble and helpful in this life of service. Please think before you speak words full of anger. Don't use rage to get your point of view heard. True leadership is being aware of your customers' needs, so always be open to listening more than listening. There she is. Joy. All right. Hello, Joy. Let's get you up here. And Tony D's here. Joy. All right. Tony D. There we go. All right. Milton's in the house. Hey, Milton. How you doing, buddy? Connection to Twitter has failed for the following account. Yeah, Tony, what's going on there? Okay, so we got Joy. Here, I got to push the purple button here. Hi, Mel. How are you? It's nice seeing you. Okay, so we got Tony D is in the house. Thank you for the award. Mel, I think that was Mel. Thank you. Hey, buddy.
What's up, man? What's going on?
Good, you're crystal clear here. You weren't a second ago. That's weird.
I wasn't.
No, there's no rhyme or reason to the quality sometimes, but you're crystal clear right now.
Right. And no, it isn't. That's why we just got to let it work. The more we on here, the more they know what to troubleshoot. That's how I
Hi,
carry it.
Karen. Was Karen okay? Did you get her to speak finally?
Finally, yeah, I got on her too. I got on her. But Karen's awesome. I would love to see her in Bell, Arkansas go at it. That would be hilarious. It would be hilarious.
Well,
Mel, how you doing? Hey,
I've
Vanita.
seen Karen go. I've seen her talk.
I've caught it. I caught it one time. It was awesome.
Hey, Vanita.
It was
We
awesome.
got Milton in the house.
Milton is definitely in the house. Emmanuel's in the house. Joy is in the house.
So you're doing everything you can to keep the platform rolling, I can
I'm
tell.
going to. Yes, I'm going to. I don't even care if we stream to other platforms. I'm still going to be here.
Yes. Yeah, you're going to use it like StreamYard. Do you know this
Absolutely.
person?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. She doesn't come on my show very often, but, and I wish she would, but she's a
Ask her.
huge contributor here on
She
Haps.
is. She has been since I got here. I can say that
And
myself specifically.
yeah, we got Joy here.
Joy is absolutely a huge contributor. Joy is the heartthrob. She is a heart and soul of this platform. One of many.
Un- you know what I love though is that she knew her limitations.
She's always known. Well, she controls herself, which is an example a lot of people need.
Yes.
She contains herself. She will not let
Yeah.
herself go too far. She comes up here serene, calm, and peaceful, and leaves
Hmm.
it at that. Those of us who choose to act up can be an
Yeah.
embarrassment, but she does not judge us. She lets us be ourselves, and then when she comes around, we got to calm down because of how she carries herself. And I still love the ornaments.
So, Joy, do you still think we need to wear a mask? This is a very old card now. Do we
We're going to
still
have to
need to wear a mask?
definitely
Like for
through the summer
COVID,
period.
I think if you're in like a crowded
Rick
situation,
says, "What's up, party people?"
What up, Rick?
I think it's, good to do that.
Wearing a mask and social
I mean,
distancing,
I
and they
did
don't
when,
worry about vaccines anymore after that. So that's your best bet.
yeah. Now, when I was in like Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge, over the Thanksgiving holiday, I actually, my daughter and myself, we both wore masks. So,
Yes.
It's only right. Social distancing and wearing a mask. They ask you to do that before you get
in
vaccinated. The more of you that do it, the less we got to get vaccinated.
Do you know
in
this guy?
Gatlinburg especially,
Oh
it's
yes, I'm
very
ass.
crowded and compact.
Yes, it
So a
is.
lot of people were not wearing masks.
People are tired of it. I was telling Mike about that the other day.
Oh yeah, yeah,
They're definitely
yeah.
getting tired
They
of it.
are.
And as much as everybody's concerned, that is your best bet. Wear a mask, social distance, everybody will be all right. However, I'm tired of hearing the word social
Yeah.
distance. I'm tired of them telling me to wear a mask. If you don't have a mask by
Hmm.
now, go ahead on. You already know better. Just go ahead on. Bernie. Bernie's awesome.
Bernie's awesome as well. We do this every
Bernie's awesome.
Thursday.
Mm.
We go
Yes.
through the cards, and I thank people who are on Twitter, and I thank people who are on Haps. Now, Twitter is my bread and butter, so I always make sure I take care of them as well. Once a week, here we go. Bruce Van Horn, if you love,
Can you tell me what's going on with Twitter linking up with Haps?
I don't know. I had to change from my, major account, which is Michael
Tell me.
Bathurst, to Shout MGB because it wouldn't work anymore. So I don't know if they after a while they just don't let you do it because maybe we're a pain in their butt because these broadcasts are long. What do you think, Joy?
Hey, we made their platform bigger.
I don't know. I really don't know.
We need to play. I highly doubt that, but that's okay. That's funny.
I think we did. I know they got
We
more
did.
tweets from me just from being on Haps than anything.
Joy, what is the best part of Christmas for you right now? And this is what Tony D is trying to save. Love is haps.
Is that what I'm doing?
You're saving something.
I want to say Haps is life. Make that card for me, please.
Yes, I will. Yes.
Haps is life.
I thought Windex was life.
Crown Royal Peach is life.
Yes, well, that I
It's,
agree.
it's
Which
the
is
it's the Allspark. You're having fun with
Love
this,
Moose
aren't you?
Mountains, Haps TV. It's not
It's
Haps
on a
TV anymore, though,
mountain.
is it?
Al, how you doing, Al?
You can call me Al.
It's Haps.co. Yeah, you got to change that card too.
I know. Yeah. Al, do you want to come up for a second and say hello? You can if you want. I haven't seen him for a while either.
He did broadcast the other day, I think.
Yeah. But not like he was. He used to be on a lot.
There was
It,
so many good broadcasters. It's just kind of faded away and gone to other platforms.
What other platforms are they going to, you think, if you had to guess?
Twitch is like a main one.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I've seen a lot of people go to Reddit.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
and Reddit's a new platform because they've actually just made the app accessible. So I'm just kind of like searching around trying to figure out how it works.
I still don't know how to broadcast on there.
That I don't know either. I've not
me neither.
found that out. I've not took the time to actually look to
I'm,
see if
I'm
I
still
have a
working on
friend
how to
who's
Twitch.
do
deep
it.
in the Reddit field, and I should call him and ask him. There's
Yeah, you
probably
should.
restrictions or something. You need a certain amount of
Yeah,
people
that's
or
what I think
something.
too.
And we need a Twitch
Yeah.
tutorial. Twitch is linked with Haps. We need a Twitch tutorial. Twitch is just as strong as everybody else. I don't know why we're not working it like we want to.
Yeah,
You know,
well,
and
we're
there's
we're
other
simultaneously broadcasting
platforms.
on there now. Sorry, Joy.
Yes.
Go, Joy.
I know that there's you now. Back in Periscope days, there was actually a big broadcaster from you now. He actually contacted me because where I was a VIP on Periscope,
Yes.
and why he chose me to reach out to me, I have no idea, but he did. Um, but I mean, he's pretty well known, and he was making major bank on you now. I mean, major bank. So, I don't know how it's doing now, but I've actually thought about going back over and giving it a try as well.
To where Twitch?
No, to you now.
I don't even know what that is. I
Me
don't even
neither.
have a clue what you're talking about. Which
It
is,
was kind of like it was it was just a broadcasting platform, but
yeah.
it literally had like tons of bells and whistles. It was like the screen was super cluttered, like Haps was in the very beginning.
Okay.
When we all kind of like went over. Um, but yeah, I mean, I
I
know
see it too.
he was making major bucks. So
22,000, 22,000 reviews, 4.5 stars. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4.5 stars. They got good reviews.
yeah,
Okay.
but you can look
Rick,
him up.
I've
His
invited
name's
you up
Rick
as well. I
Morgan.
haven't talked to you for a while. I'm going to invite him up as well. Okay, I just want to quickly read something here. Never stop moving in the direction of your wildest dreams. Let your mind be free of all forms of worry and regret. Choose to believe in the power of positive thinking. Let your life be a reflection of the love awakening within you. And I feel like the two other people that are in the broadcast with me here live that every day.
We try.
You try. Well, you
Try.
succeed, as far as I'm concerned. And it has been sincerely a blessing this year to have you two in my corner. So
Appreciate you. You've helped
thank
me
you.
out too. You don't even know it. You've helped me out too. I tell you that all the time.
Yeah.
Sober and
And
drunk, I tell you that.
and especially Joy. Joy just there was a few days after doing multiple days in a row broadcasting in the morning, and she would come up, and it was like the grounding force because I was at my wits end. I was like, yeah. So
I
thank you,
believe
Joy.
you. I believe you.
But you know this. I've said this 1,000 times. I wanted to do 300 broadcasts this year. I've done almost 600
Show
myself,
off.
and
Show off.
no,
Show
no.
off.
But that's part of the reason I took a break off in the morning, and when I couldn't play music anymore, like
You
it's
lost it.
tough,
You
huh?
lost it. You lost it.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. It's tough without it.
Dude,
It
are
is.
you okay?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Wow. Rick, can we share that or not share that? Let's not share that. Can you hear that, Joy?
Oh, Rick, I completely understand. I completely understand. It stinks. It really stinks.
A friend of mine, his father would in the middle of the night go walk the streets, and he had no idea of how cold or warm it was. He just whatever he had on, he'd walk, and had no idea where he was. And
Jesus.
and then sometimes the neighbors would call in the middle of the night going, "I think I see your dad."
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. But at least the
yeah,
neighbors
and that's
told him.
common.
At
It's
That's
least
very
the
common.
neighbors
common.
told him,
Yeah.
seriously, because there's
Yeah.
people that are looking for their relatives that can't find them. People like, yeah, they got dementia. They up. All right, let's go. Goodness
So
gracious.
Yeah.
so for anybody who's suffering right now with family members who are no longer fully aware of who they are, where they are, I pray for you. I really do.
Yes. Yes. Al, what you do is if you're new to everything, come off of the broadcast. Go to are you on your phone or a computer? Because I'm gonna come down. I'm gonna let him come up. I gotta get up in the morning. But I'll walk him through
Well,
getting him up
we've
there.
got room, but yeah, he
Yeah.
can still come up. But
Never
if you
be a
need to go,
spectator
I
of
get it.
unfairness or stupidity. It was okay. You're on your phone. Come off of the broadcast, go to where it says activity. You go to activity, you're going to see invitations, activity, mentions, and awards. Go to invitations. You'll see Mike has a broadcast. There's going to be a purple box that says join now. You
Yeah.
click on that purple box, and then Mike will be able to see it. He'll bring you up.
Does that make you sad, Joy, hearing that?
Yeah.
The news that you heard? Yeah?
Mhm.
Tell me what you're
Oh,
feeling right now.
knowing my dad, we never had to stop him from
Mm,
that because he
right.
was actually in a nursing home when it got so bad.
Yeah.
But one of my friends, her husband, he
Hey, Al.
What's
twice.
going on?
How you doing, buddy?
Um,
You're sideways.
That's where I want to be sideways. I have to go the other way. Oh man,
Well, unless
Oh,
you want to be like that, that's fine. You can leave it like that. It's up
he
to you.
smokes some good
I'll be
stuff.
all right. I just take care of your laugh.
That's good. It's crystal
Um,
clear.
Go ahead, Joy. We sorry. Go ahead.
no, but Rita's husband, there was twice that he took a walk and
Yeah.
he got lost. And he was out. There was one night and it was really cold. It's in North Carolina, and it was, late fall, early winter, and they couldn't find him for over 24
Perfect.
hours.
Jesus.
So it was
Yeah, they was
tough.
panicking. Yeah, they were panicking.
So yeah.
They were panicking. Yeah, I'm gonna jump down. It's 11:45. Mike,
Okay,
good
buddy.
seeing you. Vanita was worried
Thank
about you.
you.
Look at the
Thank you for
comments. She
everything you
said she
do,
missed.
buddy.
You too, man. You too. Joy,
Yeah.
keep your head up. Al, you keep playing, Jack. I see you over there jamming. I don't know how you play the guitar for so long. You don't break a sweat. You ain't nothing but a show off, but I got you.
I wear a tank top so I don't sweat.
There you go. I hear you.
He's also
Everybody
in
in chat.
great shape.
Yes, he
You are.
is.
You're in great shape.
Yes, he is. Everybody in chat, I will holler at you all tomorrow night. Like I said, 8 o'clock Eastern. Joy, catch up with me.
Okay. All right.
Vanita, behave yourself. Uh, Everybody who has a problem broadcasting, see me tomorrow night, and I will catch y'all tomorrow.
Okay, sweetie. Good night.
Peace out. Take care.
Wonderful. So, Al, what's going on with you lately? I see you sporadically.
Yeah, I haven't been on as much.
The
Uh,
sound is better for
I went.
musicians. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, but the only thing bad is you got to always hit these switches all the time. Every time you do a broadcast, it's kind of a pain in the butt. You can't just set it and then leave it. You have to do it every time you broadcast. You have to. I have to tell Peter about that. You
Well,
know.
explain to me what you have to do as a musician, because I'm noticing the sound quality to me is way better than it was.
Yeah, well, you got to hit certain things like there's. Let me see if I have it on here.
You have to take the echo cancellation off.
Yeah, you have to echo. You hit stereo, and then you take
Yeah.
noise. Yeah. Off. Will make the sound better. Every broadcast, it's like
It's when you fiddle with the sound,
yeah,
it
should be.
changes our sound and makes us spin around.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just had to. Well, you asked how I did it, so I had to do it. So
And now we know.
yeah, now you know.
So okay, so what you need to do on yours is you need to put echo cancellation back on because you're on this kind of broadcast. But this is good in a way because if you're a musician, you don't need the echo.
Okay. It was before.
It's so funny because every time you do that, it puts us actually in backstage, which is wild.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bruno does that.
Yeah. So, but we're good again. So if you have guests, you have to have echo cancellation on. If you're a musician, you don't, and it sounds so much better. And you can do stereo too.
Yeah, I learned that the hard way. The reason why I wasn't on is because I went to visit my brother in Florida, and
Yes.
and that we were down there for a while for Thanksgiving, and then I came back and had to figure out the new format. I did a couple broadcasts already. I'll be doing more.
Are you going to be on tonight? By yourself?
Probably not. Well, that's the thing is when I went to Florida, they're 3 hours ahead.
Right.
So I started getting up early, and so now I'm like my whole schedule is all different now. So now I get up
Mm-hmm.
early, and so now I do earlier broadcasts. So right now it would be too late for me already. I'm already feeling tired already, which is
Yeah.
not, you know.
But what if you ever just came on and did like 20 minutes? You can always do 20 minutes.
Yeah, I'm gonna start doing like I heard you guys talking about people going to Twitch. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go to too, but I'm still gonna do Haps because Haps still goes on Twitch.
Yes.
Um,
Right.
and
It is
and
different though if you're on Twitch though than if you
yes,
broadcast to
yeah,
Twitch. I don't know what it is, but it is different.
yeah, it is
You
different.
see the comments better. It flows differently. The only thing you can't do is be on Twitch and go to Haps.
No, you can't.
You can't do that. Because if
But
you could, I think you'd
I'm
see a lot
gonna
of people
start
do that.
broadcast because I need to be more well-rounded. Because it seems like all these, everything is temporary. All the it seems like to me, like Periscope is temporary, and I put all my eggs in one basket in Periscope, and then it went
Yeah.
away. And I
Right.
didn't strengthen myself on Twitch or any of these other formats. And so now I want to spread myself around more. Do YouTube, TikTok, even um, all kinds of stuff. So I got to really work harder. That's what I'm going to start doing. I got to work harder. That's all it is. Just work harder. You
In
know.
the new year.
I guess
So,
that could be. I just need to work harder. That's it. I'm going to get a band together. That's the other thing. Is I don't want to.
yay. What kind of music? Everything?
What's that?
Are you going to start singing? Like I said to you before, you should do
Yeah,
something.
singing, but I just want to have a band of my own music, and
Yeah.
it'd be so cool because a lot of the music that you hear, you're only hearing 1/3 of it, and the 2/3 that you're missing is a lot. You're missing the drums and the bass. It's like you're only
Yeah.
hearing the skeleton in a way. You know,
Yes. You need the well, people don't realize the drum and the bass is a lot of times the music. And if you get Joy to come and sing, then you got something. Right, Joy?
Oh yeah, you got something all right.
I can barely get her to come on karaoke. Trust me, she's very.
It's bad. Just say it. It's really
It's
bad.
bad, like
It's
Leroy
bad.
Brown, baddest
Oh
man in the old downtown.
no, not that
Has
kind of
anybody
bad.
seen
It's
this
it's
guy, Bo
bad.
Adams, recently? Good old Bo.
I've not seen Bo actually.
Bo used to be on. He's gone.
Yeah.
I love that you're saying that you're going to work harder, buddy. That's good. I love that side of you. I miss being able to play my screaming videos. Your mama ain't going to help you. Get up off that floor. Stop your pity party. Those. I used to start the mornings off every morning with that. And it infuriate. I noticed Dina D, I think, is back. I thought I saw her the other day, but I'm not sure.
I don't.
We
I
can't
don't
hear you
know.
at all, Al. That's so weird. Okay, I want to try something. Al,
That is
I'm going to move you up here and see if I can hear you. Talk now.
yes. Can you
I
hear me?
just learned something. I just learned something. You cannot change the position of the photo or it screws up the audio. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Oh wow.
I just learned it. So I put myself up on the top so you could see the cards better, but I couldn't hear your audio after that. That is so weird.
That is weird.
The other thing that happens too, and I don't know if people know this, if someone's in the waiting room and they're talking, sometimes people can hear them, but you can't hear it on the broadcast. But if you're within the room, they'll go, I'm hearing voices. Are you hearing voices? Yeah.
That is kind of crazy though.
And Al's looking at me like, oh my God, I agreed to go up on this crazy man's broadcast again. What am I doing here? Go ahead.
We just haven't been, because since I have a new schedule, I haven't found where we're, not.
Okay, he's cutting in and cutting out.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. That's weird.
But Michael, while you're trying to figure, the audio stuff out without, I do need to jump off though.
Okay. Joy, thank you. Can you
Are you sure you're
currently tell us what you're grateful for? She's talking to her beloved. Her beloved's going, get to bed.
good? No, I'm just grateful for life, and the
Well,
friends that I have made.
we are so grateful you're here. Thank you. We appreciate you so much. And I hope you have a really festive, wonderful Christmas. And keep
Oh,
being you.
thank you. You too.
All right. Take care. Bye bye.
All right. Bye, Al.
Okay. So Joy's gone. Can I still hear you now? Talk. No.
It's weird because sometimes I see the purple window,
Yeah.
and that's when I know you can hear me. And
Yeah.
then I was talking a little bit, and then you couldn't see. It's like it wasn't coming through.
It's
It's
working
weird.
now.
Yeah,
That's
now it
weird.
is.
Yeah, it's weird. I think it works better if there's only two people. If you get into three and four, it just does not work the same. So you're going to work harder in the coming new year. I don't know exactly what that's going to be for you, but
Yeah, I don't know either. I think it's going to entail being in a band. I
mm-hmm.
think I'm gonna have to go back to street performing again,
Yes. How do you
and
feel about that?
I don't really look forward to doing that.
Yeah.
Actually, I may or may not because I hate it, but I need the money.
Yeah. Good for you.
But I hate doing it. I really, really street performing is it's not for me. I don't think. I really can't stand to hear other people. I can't handle playing and hearing other people play when I'm playing.
Oh,
It's
I
just
see what you're saying. Yeah.
it really messes me up. Like if it was just me playing in the street, it'd be fine.
Mm-hmm.
But other people playing, it messes me up because I'm a solo guitarist, and just any kind of sound will mess me up. So I can't compete with others. I mean,
So
unless
what?
I have.
Yeah. So what you're doing requires a lot of thought and concentration. That's what you're basically saying.
No, I'm not saying that. I could play through it. I can play. I won't make any mistakes. What won't happen is I won't make any money because people can't hear me. When the people that walk by can't hear me. Uh,
Oh, I
you
see
know,
what you're saying. You're getting
my
blown out. You're getting
others.
blown out. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, it sucks. So that's why I don't
Becomes
look.
volume wars.
Yeah, it becomes violent. So that's why I have this huge system that I take out there, and then the cops come, and it's just a whole show. The people in the venues don't like my kind of music because they're into
Mm-hmm.
rap, whatever it is they're into, and they call the cops on me. You know, and so it's a little
So the
show.
rap artist called the cops on the
Everybody,
stylist.
everybody, but I'm talking about the venues themselves,
Mm-hmm.
like the stores. They call
Mm-hmm.
the cops on me all the time. And then I have my little sound meter, and I go ahead, because then they send out, whatever the cops on the promenade are. They're not real
Mm-hmm.
cops, so they have to
Yeah.
call the cops, and the real cops come, and I go, yeah, well, they tell me, can you turn it down? I go, no, I'm playing at the desired level that I'm allowed to play at, the legal level, and if you want to dispute that, then come out with the meter and dispute it.
Yeah.
But it just takes away from everything. So people see you
It
arguing with
kills the
police.
vibe. It kills the
Yeah,
vibe.
but
Kills the vibe. Yeah, I get it. I
terrible.
get it. Yeah. But is there maybe a different place you could play that there isn't? That you're the only person playing, maybe in a park or something that's legal, and then it could just be you.
No,
Maybe start something
no,
new.
there's no legal places to play.
Okay.
Um, the all the rest of the places are illegal, so that
Mm-hmm.
they can on you, and it could be in trouble. But you can play in places, but it's something that I don't look forward to. That's why I'd rather have, if I'd rather be at home playing like this, even though I don't make any money doing this, or nowhere near as much, but I don't know. It's That's why I'm thinking maybe with the band I'll be able to play somewhere. With my other friends got a band together, and so
Yeah.
maybe I could play with his band. That kind of thing. We can support each other. I don't know, because playing by myself in the street performance is not working that well. I mean, it works. It works for people like like Claire because she's singing. You know, it's
Mm-hmm.
different when you're singing. Because when you're an instrumentalist, you have to have silence. You know, you can't have singing. It cuts through the noise. You know, it's
Yeah, it
weird.
does. I agree. No, I agree. Have you thought of doing some stuff that's vocal then for
I don't have
yourself?
that many vocal songs. Yeah, I mean, I could do vocal songs, but I don't have that many. It's not my thing. You know.
But maybe if you want to make some money, it's going to have to become your thing,
Well,
right?
I don't
And
know.
maybe you'll have to adjust a little bit. I'm not saying give up the dream of the instrumentalist, but you're not the first guy who's gone down this path that has had to,
Oh, I know.
sell his soul.
My dilemma. You know,
Yeah.
this is what happens to us.
Sting went through that. We talked about this before. Sting had no desire to play rock and roll at all. He kind of liked reggae, and he mixed reggae with rock, and they came out with the Police. But his real love was jazz, and it wasn't until he made a lot of money being with the Police that he went, okay, now I can do what I love.
Yeah,
And if
and
some people, and he did.
than he did with Police.
Well,
You know.
he has some real depth in the music that he did after the
Oh,
Police.
I saw him. I went and saw him a couple times. I met him once.
Yeah.
I pat him on the shoulder. I snuck backstage to the Amnesty concert, and he was walking by with his entourage, and I'm like, "Hey,
Mm-hmm.
Steve, good job on the Dream of the Blue Turtles. Thanks a lot." I also met all the members of U2, and I talked to Bono, and Bono was really nice. He talked to me for a while.
Oh, that's
And,
awesome.
yeah, Rosanna Arquette snuck us backstage. Me and my friend, my roommate at UCLA. That was when I was at UCLA.
So how
Pretty
many
fun.
years ago are you looking at there?
Oh, many moons.
Many moons. You were a different man then.
Oh yeah, I was drinking back then.
Yeah. Were you more bold when you were drinking?
Yeah, I was out there, man. You know, I was a different person when I was, of course, like, people are different when they drink. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
big time. Oh yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're not. I think
No.
there's something to be said about not being numb all the time. Because that's what drinking is. Most of the time, you're numbing. You know,
Yep.
I've only ever met a few people who I thought were better drinking.
Yeah, and usually they're girls.
You're funny. So, will you go on tonight for a little bit? Are you going to play something?
I guess I have my setup right here. Um,
Are you okay with playing a tune or two, and we'll call it a night?
I guess. Let me.
Yeah.
You know what? I got a new one that I want to play. Not a new one, but
Sure.
a new version of
Okay.
12 or 12 something that I've been kind of working on. So
Mm-hmm.
I can talk to you while I said it.
Sure.
So what's going on with you? Have you missed me not being on here?
I always miss you, man. I think you're a unique soul. I think you and Brian should do something together.
Who's Brian? I don't know who Brian is.
I'll send you the link. He's a great guy. He's very spiritual, like we are. He's young, but he's not young. But there's depth to him. I think you two would get along really well.
Yeah, I don't know. I like. I've been looking for people to play with. I went into this Facebook group that with a bunch of musicians from Culver City,
Yeah.
and I put in kind of like an ad or a post where I said I'm looking for musicians to play with and send me your link and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Man, the
Well,
quality
he's
was
very reachable. He's very reachable. He's only ever said nice things about your playing and who you are. And when I used to play music, he used to be, always blown away with the videos that I would play of you. There's only two, but yeah, like there has never been a doubt about your talent, buddy. You have talent galore. I've always said to you, you should be a guitarist for some famous band. Just be
uh,
okay with being in the shadows and make some money.
tonight when I came home. 'After the gym, I
Yeah.
came home and I put on the TV, and you know how, like, I don't know where you at? You're in Canada, right?
I'm in Toronto.
Toronto, yeah. Well, here
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of cable companies. I guess you guys have different cable companies, right? Or do you
Yeah.
have TV over there, or what do you have? I
We
guess
have
you have.
Bell. We have Bell Canada that supplies internet. We have Rogers, which supplies Telus, all kinds. Yeah.
Yeah, well, here Spectrum has a channel, so it's actually a pretty cool channel. I've
Yes.
watched Channel One, and they do like a lot of local stuff, local
Yep.
TV. And there was a guy on there that said, "Hey, we're gonna look for local talent. Send us in a 30-second video, you
Yeah.
know." So I recorded one when I got home because I was like, okay, I wanted to watch the Laker game, but I go, oh man, I don't have enough time to really do a full broadcast before the Laker game. And then I saw
Right.
and the guy goes, "Hey man, send us a 30-second uh, video, and we'll see if we'll choose people to come on TV, that we can promote." So I immediately recorded one and sent it to him, and he liked it. So we'll see if I get on TV or not.
I'm going to read something to you, and I'm hoping it'll spawn some conversation within you. But uh, toxic people will make you feel like you are holding resentment against them when you are simply sticking to your boundaries.
Yeah, hey, you don't have to talk to me about that. That's the class.
I purposely did that. I knew that would be a trigger in you. I'm sorry.
No, you're not triggering me. I just, when you grow up living with a narcissist mother and a
Hmm.
narcissist sister,
Yeah.
that's you live. I was raised in toxicity, is what I'm trying to tell you, you know. And so being sober is the only way that I found out that it's not me, it's them. And I'm grateful to be a scapegoat black sheep, and not the golden child for once. But only in sobriety.
So the guy I was talking about is Brian Ramirez, and I just said hello to him. Hopefully he'll see it and say hello back. But he's a guy who does a lot of gigs. He's a teacher in his real life, and that's the thing with most musicians. This is the secondary gig for a lot of them.
And that's why, that's the thing is like, okay, well, I did that for a long time.
Yeah.
I worked for attorneys, and I did other stuff, and said,
Which
okay,
guitar is that one?
this is
That's
12
not
string.
the beat up one. That's not the one that's being held together by glue. That sounds so good.
This is a really awesome 12 string. This is one that I got lucky and found used in a guitar center.
Yeah.
And its specifications are almost perfect.
Yeah.
It's a perfect 12 string, almost
What
perfect.
did you end up paying for it? Do you remember?
It's like $600
Yeah.
for a perfect 12 string. You can't beat that,
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Do Fender make good 12 strings?
No, not really.
That's what I thought. My daughter has a Fender 12 string. I've never seen it since. It's the only one I've ever seen by Fender, and it's acoustic.
I mean,
I should send you a picture of it, but it's beautiful. But uh, so what do all those little holes do? Is that what gives you that beautiful sound?
well, instead of one hole, it's got all these
Hmm.
little.
Yeah.
So that's the thing.
That- I think what we're gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to shut up, and you're gonna have to put your
Oh yeah.
settings to the music settings, okay? And I'll be quiet, and
Okay.
then we'll switch them at the end. It's gonna go around in circles, folks, in a second here.
Let's play one song. It's
Yeah,
it's
or two, and I'll
it's
be
called
quiet.
it's called Beach Cruiser.
Okay, but change
All
the
right.
settings so we can hear it right, and I'll be
Great.
quiet.
go. Back in regular settings. Yay.
Wow. Wow. That was so good. It sounded so good, buddy. Like the sound is
Yeah.
so much better. If you
I,
use
I,
their settings and no guests, it's mind blowing. I turned myself completely off and went back. It's great.
yeah.
It really is like a world's difference.
You mean the settings wise? Oh yeah. I like
You
to try to.
sounded great. You like it's like I was listening to it in the headphones and I was like, this is gorgeous. Now, you've got so much going on when you're doing that. It's so beautiful. And I hear elements of like Pink Floyd in there as well.
Oh yeah, because the delay. That's the thing is that I added delay to it, whereas before I was playing it without delay, and I don't know why because uh, all of a sudden one day it occurred to me. I go, wait a minute, this song's begging for delay. This is
Oh, it's
you know,
beautiful. It's
it's
beautiful.
all constant hitting. It's all on the beat. Everything's on the beat.
Yeah.
it would be perfect to sink in a little delay in there, and
I think
sync it.
that's my favorite song you've ever done.
It's pretty badass.
No, I almost got teary when I was listening to it midway. I was actually getting emotional. It was so beautiful. I felt like
Pretty
I was
going on.
leaving. I left the place for a bit. It was just you and I playing. It was like it was amazing. I wasn't playing, but you know what I mean. I was tuned into what you were doing. It was
Yeah,
amazing.
6 string. I have a really cool intro, which I have to work out on the 12 string. You
Yeah.
know, it's a pretty long intro, um, and it sounds
Like
cool on the 6 string, but I don't know how if it would transfer over to the 12 string. Some things transfer, some things don't.
that would have been great for a movie where someone was running on the beach or something. Do you know what I mean? Like some
Something, yeah, it's originally supposed to be for a bicycle. You're riding a
yeah.
bike. That's what it's for. But it
Yeah,
would
or
work
someone to me, or someone running and they're breaking through, or just it was beautiful.
yeah, like
Like
a
I felt
pop,
like I was at the beach looking at the birds
like,
flying or something.
or they're having fun or something positive
Yeah,
happens, something
but
positive like that.
but that's the great thing with music. Everybody has a different interpretation of what they're hearing. But it was
Yeah,
just so beautiful in the middle. It went once I got to the middle, I was like, wow. And we got the sound right. It was like you were in the pocket.
yeah, I've been messing around with that song. Like
Well, you keep messing. That's perfect. I wouldn't change a thing. Because when you have an experience with a piece of music, especially if there's not even singing, that's tough. What you just did there, because that's all
it's
vibrational.
it's par for the course for me, man. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah, man.
why take away why take away from the beauty of music to
Uh
add
huh.
in singing is just another part to me. I most I mean to me I love good lyrics, but if I can't write good lyrics, then why am I even writing anything? My thing is, it's like music needs its place. I think people have been neglecting music for a long time. I think people take music for granted. I think that
Yes.
I think so many people are into singing and all this stuff, and they think that when there's no singing, that it's not music, and it's the other way around.
Oh,
It's singing is only a part of music. It's only one
yeah,
note in the music. It's not all that music is. Music is so much more deeper than any kind of great lyric you can write, because it goes
yeah.
into the feelings. It promotes feelings that you can't ever describe. You know,
But there's not a band that couldn't use your expertise. Rick, are you okay? Rick's having
yes,
a rough night.
I want to
Rick's
do it.
have.
It's not like I don't want to do it. I still want to do it. I still want to write some cool songs. I got to
Hmm.
get, but I still want to do it. It's not like I don't want to do it. I still want to do it.
I think your gifts though could be used on so many things. I could see you working at a studio as a studio musician. Like you could do movie soundtracks with other writers and stuff. Like you've got many gifts. We just got to find ways to channel making money from it. But I've never doubted the gift. The gift is like tonight. That was amazing. Like that really, I needed that. Thank you.
The 12 string really brings out a lot of it. That song is just perfect for the 12 string. It was actually written on a 6 string.
Yeah, but I felt my heart open when you did it. Like I
Really?
honestly felt my heart open like this. It just you got midway into it, and it just I took off with it. It was I forgot where I was, who I was. It was just beautiful.
That's
And
awesome. I'm glad
and
we did that.
imagine that being in a studio, right? Or with a great video, on top of it. But for me, I didn't need the video. I had my own video in my head. It was perfect.
Yeah, I think that's why, music by itself without singing is so powerful because everybody gets a different interpretation out of it.
Well,
It's
they do with lyrics too, buddy. They do. It's
yeah, I'm not down on lyrics. I like
yeah.
lyrics. I think, there's a lot of great lyricists out there.
I
So
think what you need to find is a good lyricist and a good bassist and a good drummer and be okay with making a bunch of money and then still do your side projects. Like many rock guys have side projects. You know,
Hmm.
I know you want I know you want to conquer the world with your project, but you have to give people what they want and not necessarily what you want to give them, which is, and I get it. I get it. And you're not the first musician who's went down this road or will be the last for that matter. It's tough. It's tough. It really is. But that piece was beautiful. That was absolutely gorgeous. I think that's my favorite you've ever done.
Really,
Hands. Oh,
beach
unbelievable.
latest one. It's called Beach Cruiser.
Oh, I swear to you, midway, my heart did this.
We should hear
Just
the 6 string version. Is pretty
yeah.
cool too. Got a really cool intro. It's like a very
It almost sounded it could use strings, too.
yeah. I could probably use some strings. I mean, the intro is really cool because it's kind of a kind of like an Indian sounding intro. It's a
Yeah,
really long intro. I don't even know if
yeah.
it's long. I think I might have to separate the two.
But
you know,
but if you had a powerful movie, it could use that piece of music. If you had a powerful scene, like it's just I don't know, it was very awakening to me. It was really aligned to what's going on in the universe right now.
well, when
So
I wrote it was during the pandemic when it
okay,
was
that makes sense.
just coming out. People were
Mm-hmm.
coming out of their houses, and I was
Yeah,
down at and people were riding bikes, and everybody that rode a bike by where I was at was smiling,
there was a
and
joy in it.
I was just watching people ride. Every single person that rode by was
Yeah,
smiling bikes. So I just picked up on that vibe, and
yeah. And you
that
tapped into
it
it.
sounds like pedaling.
Yeah.
It's positive. It's
It it you know what? It's building. That's exactly what it is. It's like a it just built and built and built and built and then yeah, and I love how you brought it back down because great music does that. You build it, you build it, you kind of hit the climax and then you calm down again. It was I know it was gorgeous. It was
yeah, and
gorgeous.
then I slowly build it up again, and then boom, and
Yeah,
then I
you
back
need
to
to get somebody to make a video of that with you because that is unbelievable.
well, that's what we're into. My friend, like the one that helped me do Swamp Train.
Yeah,
Uh,
get him to help you with this one, buddy.
we're gonna do this. Probably do this one next, and
Yeah. What did
I
that
don't.
cost you last time? Was it expensive or not?
No. It was no. He didn't want to charge me anything, but I gave him some money for doing it. Um, but he's
Yeah.
doing. He's his own. He's this guy used to play guitar for Eddie Money. He used to tour with Eddie Money.
Yeah, you told me. You told me about this guy. He's amazing, right?
Yeah,
So
he's
so he must see your gift.
well. He's my sponsor too.
Oh
In
no
AA.
way. That's even better. Rick, do you want to come up for a second and share your story before we go? Rick's having a wild night. Unless and if you don't want to, that's cool too. Um, but you're on the right path. Like that honestly moved me. I'm gonna play it again later. I'm gonna go back to the video and play it again. It was gorgeous. It was
Yeah,
gorgeous.
um, yeah. My friend, he's got his own band together. He's got a really good band too. He
Yeah.
finally because he played with his brother. He played with other bands where other guys were, doing all the writing and stuff. And after hanging out with me, he started doing his own writing. And
Yay.
so now he's got his own band with his own
Mm-hmm.
music. He's really good. They play with baritone guitars. It's a really cool, unique sound that he has as well. And so, now he's got his own project working. So, I got to wait until he's working on a wedding right now. He's going to do a wedding or something. So he's
Yeah.
working to do that until the end of the year. And then after the end of the year, then we can start doing our own thing. Then he can start
I
helping.
want to read something to you, and I'm sending this to you, and I want you to listen to it. Okay, when I say the words, and really listen to it. Can you do that?
You talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you. It's only you and I here right now. You talking to me? Am I here to amuse you? Eh? You think I'm a clown? All right. When your head hits the pillow tonight, remind yourself that you've done a good job. Be patient with yourself and remember that big things are achieved not all at once, but one day at a time. And I believe you're on the path, buddy.
That's what we do. One day at
Right?
a time. That
Yeah.
sounds like it.
No, but that's the slightest momentum is momentum.
Yeah. I mean, it was kind of weird too that guy, I just happened to catch, and
Yeah.
I didn't catch the whole show. I just caught the
Mm-hmm.
very where he said he's looking for people, and he just all I could remember was the hashtag, and and I caught it and I ran with it, because it wasn't
Mm-hmm.
a it's just, hey, this guy wants to, help out local musicians, So I just recorded it real quick and sent it to him. Didn't even think about it. Didn't even worry about the sound or whatever. Just do it and send it out.
Yeah. I think
you
you
know?
and I are wired similar in some ways. I think we really are. And I think that's why we connect well. We vibe well.
Yeah.
Because I think we have similar vibrations. I think we can be very hard on ourselves, but we're also driven and we don't give up.
No,
And
it's gonna for me to
go
give
ahead.
up. It's almost like I feel almost like I'm already past the point of no return.
Yes. I love that. Like you
And
have
I'm
no choice.
done with it. I'm gonna have to accept where I'm at, and that's it. I'm just got to run with it now. It's too late. Too late.
It's
You
too
know.
late to turn back now.
Yeah.
I believe I'm falling in love.
Yeah. I just trying to swim and drown yourself trying to swim back to where you were.
Yes.
It's better to just move forward and see if you can find land on the other side.
I love it. Look what Hannah wrote. You boys are soulmates. Well, thank you, Hannah. Hannah means well. She's being kind. She's not being a smartass, actually. Hannah's a sweet soul. Mel. Oh, Mel sent you a bomb of love.
Sent you
Mel
one
is
too.
one of the great contributors here on Haps. We're very blessed to have her.
Yeah, I was
She,
stoked back that like I talked to a couple of people and they were pretty upset with Haps
yeah,
but for somebody like me, to me, I think Haps treated me really well, and so
yes,
I'm not going to leave, you know.
no.
So just because they changed a few things,
I think
no,
for you it's better. Honestly, I think it's better in some ways. The sound is better.
yeah, well, I'm going to stick. Like I said, I'm not just going to stick here. I'm going to go to other venues as well.
Right. Diversify.
I'm
I totally
not.
agree with that. Yeah,
I'm not
diversify.
stick myself in one thing like I did last time with Periscope, and they burned me. Because Periscope was a
They burned everybody.
great. Periscope was the greatest of all streaming sites to me. Anyway,
Yeah? Did you
yeah, I
make
think
any money on there though?
all the time on there.
Okay. So you made some money. Good.
They always featured me all the time.
Yeah.
It was like it was always. I would get 20,000 views almost. Between 10,000 and 20,000 views. It's all the time, and when I get that kind of
You're lucky
support,
then, because very few people did that well.
yeah,
Very
and
few
it
people
was
did that well. I know a
it was
lot of people that made no money doing it. So you were an exception.
yeah, somebody in Periscope liked me,
Yeah,
and so
they must have.
yeah,
They must have. Yeah.
in well, whatever the thing,
Hmm.
like, and just like those guys were treating me well here in Haps, like Peter and
Yeah, they are, and they still are. Let's not put
yeah,
it in past tense.
so I'm not gonna leave them,
Yeah.
just because somebody else is upset with it, no, I'm gonna
Well,
stay.
the thing is, let's be real. They've treated you and I pretty much like family. Like you and I think got the red carpet many times. So we have
Yeah,
nothing to complain about. And right now, we just need to be patient. But for you, I think it's a better avenue. Now, the sound is better.
yeah. Well,
And
Twitch has sound too, man. Yeah,
yes, yeah, they have
Twitch
deadly sound.
has the best sound. When I play things back,
So can you remember that name, Brian Ramirez? Watch him; he's good. But I see you two getting along as a friendship, like him and you getting along. He's wired similar to us. He's similar, yeah, and he has great passion for music, great passion for life. You know, you can have a conversation with him. There's depth to you. You still fishing? Before we go,
well, when I went to Orlando,
Yeah.
I got my nephew's 2 fishing poles, and they have a ton of. I don't know if you've ever been to Orlando, but man, there are lakes everywhere. I mean, there are ponds everywhere. Every
Right.
pond by their house. So my brother has like 2 ponds, 4 ponds right next to his house. So
Yes.
and they all have a bass in them or bluegill or something.
Mm-hmm.
Alligators.
So this is something you share with your brother, the passion?
Yeah. No, he doesn't fish at all. He doesn't even eat fish. But his kids were always interested, so I got them a couple of fishing poles,
Yeah.
and so finally I got one of them to catch his first fish. So
Yeah.
even though these weren't big giant fish, they're small little bass. I still accomplished my mission and got one of them to catch their first fish. So, and I got them 2 fishing poles, and we were fishing those ponds out there. It's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
But even if you go on after this, because I'm gonna leave soon. Even if you go on tonight and just play that song and leave, and then people they can hear it because it is gorgeous, and just have the settings the same way you just did them. It'll sound deadly. Like, buddy,
Yeah,
you got some.
I'm working on the intro for it because the intro on the acoustic on the 6 string
Mm-hmm.
is really great, and so I want to see if I can make it work on the 12 string. And the problem is, it's the same problem I have the thing that makes it work with the 6 string
Mm-hmm.
is that I have to have the delay pretty high, and that
Yeah.
kind of messes it up when I do that intro. But I have to have it a little bit high. I have to find that,
Yeah.
that.
Oh, you
You know,
had it. It was perfect. Whatever you're doing, it was
well, I put
beautiful.
it because I knew I wasn't going to play the intro, so the delay
Yeah.
was really high. So I need to turn down the delay and see if I can work in the intro with 12 string. I don't know if I can or not.
Or
We'll
just
see.
do it exactly the way you did it. That
Yeah,
to me was that
without
was
the
my
intro.
that was mind blowing. It really was. It sounded complete and perfect to me. But I know your mind. It goes. It goes. Right? You like things to be the way you want them to be. But I'm telling you, it sounded near perfect to me.
Yeah, I'm almost thinking maybe I should have done that one as my 30 seconds. But the thing is that 30 seconds is not that long, and that
Mm-hmm.
song, in order to make sense, would have to be longer than 30 seconds. I think it would have to be at least a minute for it to make sense.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, I don't know how long you
they
played
don't
it
have
here, but it was,
clip.
what
If
was
I
that?
sent
About 10 minutes?
what's
What'd you
that?
play it? How long did you play it for me? That song you just did was six.
3.5 minutes, maybe
Oh,
4
okay.
minutes.
That was amazing.
But
Yeah.
but a 30-second clip, see, it wouldn't work for a 30-second
No,
clip.
you don't get the full essence of what you're doing.
No, so I gave him a 30-second clip of going deeper.
Did
So
you?
that's what I sent the guy on
Yeah.
TV. So hopefully I'll get.
I hope so too. I hope that.
Yeah, that's what I need. I need something like that to happen. Where I can, well, lots of people can see me play, and then I can get my own gig in a place where I don't have to play in the street. The street doesn't
Yeah.
work.
I know. I get it. I totally get it. And I think you feel you're beyond that.
No, I don't feel I'm beyond that. I mean, I've done it. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
so when I first started doing the street performing, it was necessary.
Yeah.
Do it because I needed to know how people thought. I didn't know why I needed to do it. I just needed. It was a humbling thing for me to do.
I wish there was a way we could have you street performing in Europe, because I think they appreciate music more than we do.
Oh, for sure. And
Like
I
in
think
Paris and places like that, they would love you.
even other states would appreciate me more than they do here. You
Yeah.
know. But yeah, I agree. I think Europe would probably be better. I thought about that. I thought about maybe doing England.
Yeah.
But it would be difficult to do. I've thought about it. You know, um, I would have to buy everything over there. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know how it would sell. I don't
But
know how
they
well.
love street musicians there, and it's there's many places you can play. Um, I think you would do well. It might spawn into other things.
Yeah,
Germany likes anywhere where they like theirs, but France is really known, like Paris, right? That area, Germany, You know, even parts of Ireland. It's weird. It because I watch that stuff all the time. I watch the street performers, and they seem to do fairly well, and some of them are good, and some are not. You know, in my eyes. But I've never
Yeah.
seen anybody like you. Never. I've never seen anything remotely like you there. Not even like
Well, yeah.
you're a weird creature. You really
Yeah.
are.
You wouldn't find anybody like me here.
Yeah.
What are you talking?
Yeah, you're like, well, you're a bit like, what was his name? Was it Michael Hedges?
Michael
Some
Hedges. Yeah.
Yeah, he was another guy that literally came from another planet and showed people what you could do. And
Yeah.
not everybody dug it, but the people who are real musicians kind of went, "Yeah, I think that's good. I think that's really good."
Yeah. I
Yeah.
tried. I know he was very talented, and so I only have one of his songs on my phone, but
Mhm.
I couldn't get into a lot of his music. But I understand what he was doing was really complicated. But
Yeah,
yeah.
there was a guy I used to see, and I think his name was Don Ross, and he's Canadian, and he was another guy that was mind-blowing. And he played, he had a little niche of people that would go see him, and they paid like 10, $20 to see him, and he'd fill a little, 500 people would come, and they'd be in off for an hour, and he'd leave. And that's kind of what he did. And he played at schools and churches and wherever he could sell tickets, and he kind of got known in the artsy fartsy, streams. That's the nicest way of saying it. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I think in Europe they would love you. Well, Hendrix had to leave New York and go
Yeah.
to England to get noticed.
He had to go to England to make it, and then he
Yeah.
finally came back after he took over all the music heads over in.
Milton just sent you a heart bomb.
Thank you.
Thank you, Milton. We appreciate you.
Yeah, I think about that all the time. Where Hendrix wasn't popular here until he left and he made it in England, and then that's when he made it over here because it's a
Yeah.
notoriety there.
Well,
But
he was briefly the guitar player. I don't know if you know this, for Little Richard. And Little Richard said, I'm sorry, but there can only be one star, and that's me. And he said, you're kind of stealing the show, so I got to let you go. He was too big.
yeah, well, Pat Metheny and Jacob Astorius played with what was her name? The folk singer.
Yeah.
What was her name? I don't remember. But
It's
he
okay.
played with her band.
Yeah.
That band. She had a kick-ass band.
But John Mayall, what he would do, and he was with the Blues
Yeah,
Breakers, right? He
Yeah.
would bring up key talent, young guys, and let them go. And sometimes he'd have two players and let them go against each other and just watch them get better. Not many people have egos what they'll let that kind of stuff happen. Thank you so much, Milton. Yeah. So I'm hoping that you get somebody in your band that drives you and you drive each other and not crazy.
Yeah. Well, I think it happens the way it's supposed to happen. So I just got to work harder. I think for me, this venue is the best. Doing live streaming is the best for me, I think, for now, until something else happens, like the TV thing.
Yeah.
I might
keep trying, though. Keep
we'll
trying.
see.
Try different avenues.
We'll see. But let's
Yeah.
see what else, of course.
I think that's a good idea, though. If you could ever find the fundage, and even if you kind of live light and just busker for a bit in Europe, I think you'd find very different results there than you do here. Because it might spawn into being in clubs. And then once you get in clubs, it might spawn into something else. Right?
Yeah, because they're just mentally not open to it. They want to hear covers. They're just different here in California. They're very small-minded, I would say, closed-minded to music, new music. They only want to hear covers, and that's all they want to hear.
Yeah, you've said that before.
Yeah.
Where in Europe, I find if you're good, they want to hear you, and they'll celebrate your gifts.
Yeah, I think that's true. But I've never
Yeah.
been there. No, I have.
Yeah, well, study it. You've got time. You can look on YouTube and see that, the people that are buskering there. And I know some of them have gotten record deals from it. Because what happens is once you're playing in those certain chords, you get millions of views.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, buddy. You lucky devil.
Yeah.
You lucky devil. Well done. Have you met Milton?
Think so.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm going to end it here. I hope you go on and continue tonight and play a couple tunes. Do you want to play one more tune before we go? And then we can
No,
shut.
I'm good.
Okay. I
I
don't
gotta
think
get.
you can do better than that last one. That was
I
mind
got
blowing.
to get my mind slowing down because music makes my mind too crazy, and it'll mess up my whole
Sleep
where I'm
pattern.
to stay with this, getting up early thing.
Yay.
Yeah,
Oh, wow. We're still getting the bombs.
that's great.
Send in the bombs. Send in the bombs. Do you want to shamelessly plug yourself? Do you want to thank anybody? It's
Yeah,
Thankful Thursday today.
hold on, I'll be right back. Let me get my.
Okay. He's leaving us for a second. How you doing, Milton? Thank you for all the bombs there, buddy. Oh, my Lord. He's going crazy. Milton Banana sharing the love. Yes, indeed. How you doing, Bernie? I don't know if you know this, but I actually promoted you tonight. Let's see if I can find the card here. Or is it
There
down there?
you can get
Oh,
my music here at
yeah.
thousandmusic.com.
Mm-hmm.
My virtual tip jars. I got to rearrange all this stuff. My virtual tip jars. PayPal.me/Al Sanchez12.
Yeah.
I also have a Patreon account. Patreon.com/Al Sanchez.
Yes.
If you need me to play anywhere, here's my
Yeah.
email right here, grooveandal@gmail.com. There you go. So, and then my website is alsanchezmusic.com. There you go.
Perfect.
All right.
Perfect.
So
Thank
I'm
you
gonna
for
bow
everyone.
out.
What's that?
I'm gonna bow out.
All right, buddy. Until we meet again on a distant galaxy.
Thank you. Bye.
Breathe well. I believe in you. All right. He's a good guy. Milton, did you want to come up? I have a strange feeling you do. All right. I've got a few minutes, Milton, if you want to come up. All right. Let's do that. How do I do that again? I got to come here and let Milton come up. There he is. All right. Milton, I've invited you. You can come up if you want. Thank you, Joy, for being on. Thank you, Tony D, for being on tonight. I really appreciate you supporting it. And, of course, Al Sanchez for being with us tonight. That was fantastic. Bernie, believe it or not, I try to support you guys as much as I can. I try to support everybody. Thank you, Mel. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Mel, what time is it where you are? Is it morning time where you are? So, like early, right? I was happy for Captain Rehab today. He was sharing some successes he had this year. I love that he's doing that. And this is important right here. Choose to be kind on apps. Now, Milton, I invited you up if you want to come up. Oh, wow. So it's 4:45 Friday afternoon. Okay. Good old Bobby. There you go. Here's one of my favorite people on Twitter, Jimmy Star. Hopefully Al does come up and do a song. I loved that tune he did tonight. It was fantastic. All right, what do we got here? I should read. I'm gonna read a couple things, and then we'll call it a day. It doesn't look like Milton's coming up, and that's okay. All right, here we go. Here's a good one. Be in love with your life. I totally agree with that. It is mighty chilly here tonight in Toronto. Fire can warm or consume, water can quench or drown, wind can caress or cut. And so is it with human relationships. We both can create and destroy, nurture and terrorize, traumatize and heal each other. There's Milton. Okay. All right. I thought he wanted to come up for a second. Did you want to come up? Is that... Do you want to celebrate your victory today? I'm glad you did well.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah. You sound good.
Can you see me?
Can't see you. No, but I can hear you.
I don't know why that is. Okay, let me call back up and let me put my headphones on.
Sure. Okay.
Okay. Be right back.
Well, okay. Unexpected kindness is the most powerful, least costly, and most underrated agent of human change. And that was written by Bob Carey. I love that one. Unexpected kindness is the most powerful, least costly, and most underrated agent of human change. Do you guys agree with that? And that was Bob Carey who wrote that. The broken will always be able to love harder than most. Once you've been in the dark, you are going to appreciate everything that shines. Warrior Grandma, how are you? Good to see you. I saw you singing earlier today. It's nice to have you here. You've been doing this a while, for sure. Okay, let's see if we can see Milton now. See if that's working out. You missed Al Sanchez, by the way. He was on. There you go. We see you now. Oh, wow. This is really clean cut. Tight hairdo and the... Yeah, look at... I almost didn't recognize you.
Yeah. I got a haircut. I've actually lost 42 pounds right now, my friend.
That's phenomenal. Well done. That's a lot of weight. That you should be proud of yourself. Is.
I have another 25 to go.
Good for you.
That's not too bad. Yeah.
Well, but celebrate what you've done. Right?
Yeah,
celebrate what you've done. Celebrate what you've accomplished, right? Like this saying here. I want to read this to you, and I hope you listen to this. This is for you as well. I read this to Al as well. When your head hits the pillow tonight, remind yourself that you've done a good job. Be patient with yourself and remember that big things are achieved, not all at once, but one day at a time. And that's what you're doing, right? You're doing each day, certain disciplines are getting you closer to the weight you want to be at.
That's an awesome quote. Thank you.
You know, one day at a time. That's all. Yeah. We have to worry about. But I'm glad you did well. Is that from the school that you got that?
Yes. Yeah, it's from the school, yes. My two schools in Vietnam, yeah.
And that's keeping you afloat and happy and...
But you know, you never know because of COVID. And so when you do get a awesome bounty, you're really thankful in this new era.
It's a windfall. Like the slightest thing now, you're thinking to yourself, you know, I thinking it's making us all take a moment to breathe and really be grateful for the people we care about and the things in our lives that we have. I think the cup seems a little fuller than it was 2 years ago.
Agreed. And for me personally, when I say something like that, I'm not bragging. I'm just thankful.
No, I know you are. I didn't get that you were bragging at all.
Yeah. But Michael, I just want you to know that you and I have had slight differences in the past, but I really do love you, and
Oh,
and I
thank
and
you.
I and I really do consider you a brother, even though I don't know where I stand with you all the time.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that ultimately I really do appreciate you, I'm thankful that you acknowledge me in your broadcasts, and I hope I never do anything that discourages that.
You know what? Believe it or not, brothers tend to fight a lot and have
Yeah.
and have. But you know what brothers do? They punch the crap out of each other and then go, "Hey, do you want to go for pizza? Sure, let's go have a beer." Right?
I know. I know.
Yeah. So no, I know what you mean, and I'm on the same side of that. I think too, when you're comfortable with people, you will sometimes dump your shit on them when you shouldn't. You get your dumpster of shit, and you go, "There you go. How do you like that?" So I think I've had moments where I think I've overreacted, and I think that's also a time you got to say to yourself, "Okay, maybe I shouldn't be broadcasting at this moment."
Yeah.
Right? So I think we're all guilty of stuff. I don't think it's ever one sided.
No, never is.
And in the new year, I've decided to unblock all the people I've blocked, which is not many people, to be honest.
It was
Um,
two. It was two,
it
right?
was two. That's right. You know, so you listen.
Of course.
Yeah, so I'm going to unblock the other individual, and I hope we can sort things out. But if we don't, then that's okay. It says Michael is a unique individual with a special purpose in his life. Well, thank you, Rick.
Um, uh, can I be transparent without bringing things up from the past?
You can do whatever you want. It's your time.
Um, I, I, I have never, ever, ever
Hmm.
thought you were a Christian, ever.
Yeah, yeah.
And so my only mistake, and tell me to shut up if you want me to shut up,
No, no,
was
it's okay.
believing that everyone believed in forgiveness equally. And
Right.
so that was my mistake.
Hmm.
And so what I should have said to you,
Yes.
when you talk about niceness and you talk about being friends, I should, and I'm sorry, no, I won't go there. I'm just saying that I
Okay.
don't want, because I don't want to bring that back up.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that I use the wrong word forgiveness with you,
Yeah.
and so we got caught in a nuance. We got caught in
Oh, I love that.
semantics.
I love that. We got caught
We
up
we
in a nuance. Yes.
we got caught in semantics, and
Yes.
and the thing is that we were like talking over each other.
Yeah. We're not right now though, so that's good. Yeah,
No, we're
that
not. Yeah,
but you know what's funny is I think that's a broadcast but people will never forget when we did the 30 seconds, the minute.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was a funny broadcast. Like if we look back on that now, it's really ridiculous, but necessary. And I've had
Agreed.
to do that in my own life where when individuals were so revved up, they couldn't listen. But I think if you're forced to do 60 seconds, you'll listen to about 50 of it because you're ready to rebuttal in the last 10.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Michael, can I ask you a question? I'm not asking you to speak against a friend of yours,
Sure.
but last night, I got on James Scope
Yes.
broadcast, excuse me,
Yes.
and I didn't know what the topic was about, and there were people
Yes.
down below like Rick and Carmen and people that I knew,
Yeah.
and I just wanted to tell them that I
Mm-hmm.
just found out that my mother-in-law has 3 months to live, and so then he railed on me because I failed to acknowledge the purpose of his scope, and I didn't mean to do that. I really didn't. I thought I was bringing knowledge to friends of mine on this
Yes.
particular, and so it bothered me that
Mm-hmm.
James was so cruel in that moment because I didn't mean
Yes.
that. And so I,
Do you
James, I'm
think he
sorry if I
meant to be
misunderstood
cruel?
you.
Do you think he meant to be cruel? Is that what you're
I
saying?
Well,
You don't know. Is that
no,
what you're
no,
saying?
I really do think that he thought that his broadcast was about this. And then down below, I didn't come up and talk about it. I went down below and talked about
Yeah.
it. And
He what
apparently
did
he
he feel
didn't
like
want
he derailed it?
he didn't want anything to come against what he was presenting.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I love James. I'm not
Oh,
saying
James is
anything
one of my
against him at
favorite
all.
people. But I've
Agreed.
I've I've had to at the beginning he was so wild. I used to have to rush and flush him because I would always ask him not to talk about Donald, Mr. Trump. And he'd come on and he'd do some spiel and I would go, no more. And he'd go a little longer and he'd go longer and go long and then I'd go click. And then he would just
Yeah.
lose it in the comments. This is at the beginning, where him and I now have a mutual understanding, and maybe he felt like you hijacked his broadcast. That's all. Who knows?
But I didn't mean that. I really
Hmm.
didn't. And so the next time I talk to him, I really need to
Rick says
apologize. But
he doesn't always pay attention to the chat. James, and even James says that. James gets going and he tells stories, and I think Rick said, long stories with no end for 300 Jack. You know,
I, Michael, without hijacking your,
you're not
can I
you're
share?
not hijacking anything tonight. It's pretty mellow,
Okay.
buddy.
My wife has been gone for 4 months. Last
Yes.
year she was gone for 6 of the months, and her mother has been given 3 to 6 months. So I'm going to be without her for
Christmas.
maybe a year,
Hmm. So it's
and
tough.
I'm losing it. I'm
Yeah.
I'm absolutely losing it. And so last night when I presented
Yeah.
that on James Scope, I didn't mean to hijack a scope. I'm losing it
Yeah. And you
because my
needed
only
compassion.
family in the world,
Yeah.
is gone right now,
Yeah.
and I'm
Well, you
sorry
have
about that.
us. You have us. We're,
I
we're
know I
not
do.
we're not very good. We lack moral fortitude at sometimes and sympathy. But
I
you
know,
know, right now you got to remember that a lot of people are at wit's end. A
I know,
lot of
I know.
people are presenting happy faces when they're not happy.
Yeah,
There's a lot
I
of people
understand.
stressed about money and you know, or just even the uncertainty of life right now for many is too much.
Yeah, yeah. And I'll tell you this: if it wasn't for the fact that I'm losing weight and getting healthy, I don't know if
Can I
I
read
could have
can I read something to you
survived.
for you that
Yes,
might help you? I read this to myself. You ready? So this is brother to
yes,
brother. Hard truth. You can read all the books, go to therapy, work on your communication, process your past, and you will still be misunderstood. Some people still won't like you. Some of your relationships will still end. You will still experience pain. Life will still be hard at times. You will still
yeah,
experience difficult emotions. And
yeah,
the bottom line is, I think 8 out of 10 people think you're amazing. So that's all that matters. You're winning the averages. And if you were batting,
mhm,
you'd be the highest paid baseball player in the world because you're hitting it out of the park 8 out of 10 times. And you have to look at it that way. But
yeah,
I read that hard truth all the time. And it's true. You're
mhm,
never going to make everybody understand where you are. And when you're highly emotional and people are at their wits' end themselves and they can't bear another thing, it might have just been, I can't go there. And it may have been not you, but he just couldn't handle high emotions.
I understand. I understand.
Yeah.
And so no, I was offended
But
last
this is
night, but I
something you
will
should
never
talk to
be
him
totally
about,
offended.
right?
Yeah,
Not me.
of course.
But
But
but it,
anyway, but you came up on the broadcast right after I said that. So
yeah.
only reason why I asked you. So,
Well,
but
I have the highest regard for you. You know what? I have the highest regard for most of the people on here. Here's a great lady right
yeah,
here.
I,
We're
I
doing
like
think.
James.
Can you do me a favor before we go? Name a few people that you enjoy watching because I know you watch a lot of people. Because it is Thankful Thursday. Anybody who's in the comments or watching the replay, just name a few people that you really enjoy their content. For me, It
I
always is
go ahead.
Rick, yourself, James, Tony D. To me, you guys are like the nucleus of my family. Colin Porter, when he comes around, I really miss Walt. I really, really miss Walt. I miss Randy W. Horton. Here's someone who I follow on Twitter. When I do Thankful Thursday, I also do. And a person who drives me right around the bend, but I love him, right here, Edward.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, Michael, can I tell you something you might not know?
Sure, go for it.
I love Rick, and
Mm-hmm.
he's not a minister, but I once was, and so
Yeah.
there's like 2-3 nights ago, I actually went up on his broadcast when he was doing his religious broadcast, and I
Yes.
asked him, I said, can I sing a song?
Mm-hmm.
And he said, sure, and he was kind of doing it with trepidation, but I actually sang a gospel Christian Christmas song on his
Oh, no
broadcast.
way.
Uh, so would you mind if I sing it now?
I would love it. Go for it. And we'll end the show there. Go for it.
Okay. This is a song by Michael Card. It was my favorite song back when I was a minister, my favorite Christmas song. Anyway, it's called How Can It Be? This baby in my arms, sleeping now so peacefully. The Son of God, the angel said, how can it be? Lord, I know he's not my own, not of my flesh, not of my bones. Still, Father, let this baby be the son of my love. Tell me how I fit into this plan of yours. How can a man be father to the Son of God? Oh, for all my life I've been a simple carpenter. How can I raise the king? How can I raise the king? He looks so small, his face and hands so fair. And when he cries, the sun just seems to disappear. But when he laughs, it shines again. How can it be? Father, show me where I fit into this plan of yours. How can a man be father to the Son of God? Lord, for all my life I've been a simple carpenter. How can I raise the king? How can I raise the king? How can it be? This baby in my arms, sleeping now so peacefully. The Son of God, the angel said, how can it be? How can it be? Any hoots. I can't hear you, Michael.
That was beautiful. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that.
I
It
I
sounded
sang that
good
for
too.
Rick. I sang that for Rick.
I think you sang that for every suffering soul right now. So thank you. I appreciate that. See you tomorrow, everybody. Have a
Yeah.
good night.
You guys have a good
God
one.
bless you all. Take care. Bye bye.